Ladies and gentlemen, hearty welcome to our next webinar here at DETAX directly from the DETAX Academy room. Today we will talk a bit about the effective and fast printing of 3D print models, so die models, and also heat forming models. My name is Markus Stratmann. I'm one of the 3D experts here at DETAX, and please use the link from your email to chat with us, to send us some questions. I will answer your questions during the process, the most of the questions in the end of the webinar. So the big differences between the analog or the manual process and the 3D process you can find here in the background. So this is all what you need. You need, of course, a printer, some boxes with isopropanol alcohol, an ultrasonic bath, a curing device, some tools, and a printer. And computer. And we will start now with the ASIGA Composer. Today we will print with the ASIGA Max and ASIGA Pro 4K. To prepare the print job, I will go to my computer and show you some parts of the Composer. So before we can prepare a print job, at first we need to select the printer. In this case, we will use ASIGA Pro 4K. You can see here it is online, and we will work with the FreePrint model 2.0 in the color caramel. Now we can see our platform. This is the size of the platform. We will add some parts here from the toolbox. You can press the button Add Parts, select Files, and we have here for today, for the webinar, some sample files, some models, some dies. So we will start with model and dies. They open, and also once more again open. In the toolbar here on the top of the screen, you can change from the top, let me say. And here we can find some models. So you can see here the models and the dies. Here's one die directly in the corner. This is not so nice. You can mark it directly. You can click it with your mouse on the object. Sometimes it is easier to mark it here on the left side of the screen to select it. Take the other dies. Okay, now we will mark also the other dies here on the left side of the screen, that it is all marked, and we will clone it. So here's also the button to clone it. The cloned dies can switch the position on the platform, and after that we will rotate it in the Z-axis, like here on the screen, 45 degrees, turn it around. I will later come back to this point why we copy it, clone it, and also why we turn it around on the Z-axis. Later we have a bit more time to do that. So what is needed? You can see here our objects from the bottom on this place. These are some samples from FlemingTech. FlemingTech is one of our technology partner. Many thanks to Niels to send me the files that I can show you this today. Here on the bottom you can see the first layer of the objects is a little bit more shiny. It's more yellow than the rest. And it is all connected here to the platform, to the first layer situation. For the dies, you can see the first part of the dies is also connected, and the rest, it is in the air. But in this case, it is not a problem. You can print it without any supports. If this area is a little bit bigger or too big, you need to produce some supports, but I will show it also later for you. Okay, so the next step, if we don't need some supports, we can press the build button. Here you can You can sign your batch number of the material. In this case, it is not so interesting. You can see the printer. It is 4K, Pro 4K from Asiga. And go to the next step. Also, you can see here in the window the time for printing. It is about 47 minutes. The next window, you can see we have in fast print mode. I never use it because it is too hard, too strong for the material from my point of view. The separation detection must be hooked on anytime, and also the anti-aliasing function is also a fine function. You can use it. Here we have some settings for the base plate. For models and dies, we don't need any base plates, so the base plate thickness is 0. That means we don't have any base plates in this case. Also, we have the possibility to make some changes here for the settings, also for some support exposure settings. Here you can find we use 200%. So we overcure the supports if it's needed a little bit. The benefit is if you crush the supports away from the objects, the support will crush and nothing from the surface of the object will crush away. This is a big benefit, and it's much more easier to clean it and to polish it later, to sandle it, whatever. So it is easier to work with for the finishing later. Okay, so now we need a build name. This is a webinar for today. And here you can find all your settings you use. And also, if you do any changes by yourself, it is yellow shiny to see, okay, there's something different to the regular settings for the printer and for this material. Now we can send the build to the Asiga Pro 4K. It is directly online. The machine is connected inside of the intranet. And now I have a bit time to tell you something about the dice. The dice, I will clone the dice anytime. And the problem with the dice is sometimes the pixel is not completely filled or more than 50% filled. That means the pixel is on or off. If it's interesting for you, please let me know, write us a note, and I will give you some more detailed information later. So if you turn it around 45 degrees, one of the two dice fits anytime. So this is not a problem. The dice will be fit in the model. And there's also another trick I will show you later before you cure it finally. Okay, the print shop is ready, and now we can show, or we can view the license here. I will do it a little bit bigger for us. You can see here the first layer of the platform. The first layer is white. That means it is the maximum of energy. And now we can go to the next layers. And you can see after the first burn-in layer, it is a little bit more gray. So that means that it is not 100% of the energy because we don't need it. The first layer is needed to connect it to the platform. The rest is not needed to connect it. And we can see here in this area, there are some holes. I will show you this later also for the other models. Some holes inside. All the layers are connected to the layer before. This is the last final check before you can start the printer. All looks fine. So this is a good print job, and the print job is now on the Asiga Max, on the Asiga Pro 4K. Okay, let us open together before I start the printer another print job with models for heat forming process. It is also for the Pro 4K and with a free print model 2.0 material in caramel. We will add some parts here like before, select the parts, and we will use some aligner models. Okay. Good. Now you can see there's This is the auto placement of Asiga. This is not all the time 100% perfect, so we can do it by ourselves also. Let's take it on the platform. 5 of the objects is absolute possible normally. Okay, so the last one. You can see here, in this case, there's a data matrix code directly on the model or on the basement of the model to find it out later automatically for the next process steps. You can also write it directly, can make an engravement or write some other things on the basement. This is absolutely possible. And here you can see we work only with hollow models, not complete filled or massive models. We only work with hollow models. And for the hollow models, you got a sucking effect if it is completely closed all around. So that means we need some channels here that the material can flow outside and inside to reduce the separation forces inside of the printer. Otherwise, the printer will go to the next layer station or position. And during the separation process, it will suck on the bottom of the vat. And with the channels, it is much more or less force. Okay, so the next step is to go to the printer and to show how we can start the print shop, the next one. But before, it is the same situation like in your lab. The last print shop is ready. We need to take it out, and we need some gloves now. We need to take it out before we can start the next print shop, of course. So I will show you this is the platform, the printed platform. It is ready. You can see the models are printed and also the dies are completely printed without any supports. It is absolutely fine. I need to be careful that nothing dropped down. So I will take it to the side here. The easiest way to lose the models of the platform is, from my point of view, the best way is to use in Japan spatula. I can show you this here in the small camera, I hope. Yes. It is much more flexible than the other one, and the spatula is absolutely thinner, and a small hammer. You can use also a screwdriver or something like this, but with a small hammer, it's not needed a big hammer, it's needed a small hammer. You can lose it easy. So with the spatula, I think it's 40-45 degrees to the platform. You take the spatula flat on the platform here and knock with the hammer a little bit on the model. And after that, you can see it lose easy, absolute easy, and fall down. Okay, for the next, we will do the same. Lose it, let them fall down. So it is much more easier with a hammer to knock on it than only with the spatula. Only with the spatula, sometimes it is not so easy to lose it. For the dies, they are also totally easy because the connection area is not so big. They will fall down. And the last model, it's also loose now. In this case, we don't need to clean the platform 100% clean, because we will use the same material now for the next print job. But please make sure on the surface there are no cured parts, not the rest of any cured material. And this is enough. We can take it inside of the printer, close it, close the hood. And the next step is select the next print, Our next print job is webinar. And now we say, don't shut down after printing because we need it once more again later. And the material is also correct. The platform is free. Now you can see the printer or the platform goes down to the bottom of the vat. The print job is started, and the rest is printer work and not for hours. Okay, so we have the printed parts here right now. You can use a really, really clean process. So normally I don't touch the objects directly with my hands. I use this tool. I can show you in detail here. This is just a tool to take the objects inside of the box. The box is the next thing. You can see here, inside is isopropanol alcohol, and the box is marked for what kind of material it is. And also it is cleaning process A. So we have two boxes. The first cleaning process, the isopropanol alcohol must not be perfectly clean. And the second one is process B. It must be clean absolutely. To make sure that after the second cleaning job, the parts are really 100% clean. This machine is an ultrasonic bath. You can use any ultrasonic bath, but please never take the isopropanol alcohol directly inside of the ultrasonic bath. So here inside it is a little bit water. And our isopropanol alcohol is only in the boxes, and we can close the boxes. So the next step for cleaning, take the parts inside of the box. The tweezers, so that means the background or the reason is your hands, your gloves will be clean all the time. And also you can take the dies easy inside of the box. And the last one, clean the tweezer and close the box. We close the box, the plastic box, take it inside of the water bath, inside of the ultrasonic bath, and we will clean it for 3 minutes. This is the first step, the first cleaning step. I will take it off because it's a little bit loud here. This is the first cleaning step. After the 3 minutes, we take the material or the objects out of the box, dry it with compressed air. You can see here we have a regular, normally compressed air gun. So, and then we have, this is the result. It is only washed, the first and the second washing process. And now this is a little trick. You have the die and also your model. Take, after printing and cleaning, one time the die inside of the model, that you see it fits perfectly. On the bottom it is flat. And take the die out of the model, never cure it together. After that you can't take it out. But now you can see it is here inside. I hope you can see it inside. A bit tricky. So you can see here inside, if there's any material who's not needed, you press it away. After washing it is possible, after cleaning it is not possible. The same we can also do with the other dies. So take it here inside after cleaning, and after that take it out to cure it inside of the auto flash device. Take it out. Okay, so the cleaning process is done. First step, 3 minutes. The second step, also 3 minutes. Between dry it with compressed air. Also after the second step, dry it with compressed air. And now you can take it to the plastic box inside of the auto flash machine. If you can see me now, oh, it's not easy. So if you can see me now, everything is fine. If you can't see me, please change the box. So otherwise, it is not possible for the light to go inside of the objects, and you simply can't cure it. Take it in the box. Inside of the auto flash. Close the hood. The nitrogen is connected to the auto flash machine, and now for 2000 flashes you can start it. And here you can see the gas, the lamp is yellow, so it means it is okay. Gas is enough here, and we can make the first curing step for 2000 flashes. After that, we can take it out, turn the parts around, and we can do the next curing step, also 2000 flashes. The result later is, here this is the same object, now it is finally cured. We have our dies here, we take the dies inside, take the dies here inside. There's a little hole to control the position, and also on the bottom you can see it is flat. And if you knock on the model, the die does not fall off or fell out. This is needed for the work later. That means it works fine. The process works fine. It is now it's finally cured, and from this point on, you can work with the model to the next steps. Okay, so also I showed you the heat forming models. You can see here it is the same. Have a look if you can see it. Here's a data matrix code here. You can see it's absolutely perfect printed, so the machine can understand or read later what kind of object it is. We talked about a really fast process. We talked about the effective process. You can see after the creating the print job, send it to the printer, start the printer, take it off from the platform, wash it, cure it, and you can use the material. This is the first, or this is a step for models. Okay, so any questions at the moment? Please write us some mails if you have any questions. This is a good thing. So, second, the question about the colors. We have a lot of different colors. You can see here, this is a free print model 2.0. Here we have the caramel color. This is the same what we used now in the printer. You can get it in 1 kilogram bottles, and also we have this 5 kilogram bags. I will show this also in detail, like this one. On the back we have 2 handles. See it right? This 2 handles. So that means you can use both hands, open it, and you can fill it really easy inside of the printer. Okay, so let me see any more differences. So the color, we have different colors, of course. It is gray, sand, ivory, caramel, light gray, white, blue. Blue is special for the heat forming models. That is for model T. So it is absolutely safe if you heat it up. And after that, also for vacuum forming, it is absolutely stable. Any more questions? Not more questions, that's good. I can give you one short overview for the future. I will go back to my computer to show you something more in the Composer software. We can open a new platform. In this case, we will use ASIGA Max and add some parts on it, only to show what's coming soon. So the bridge, some crowns. Open it. Okay, select all parts. Let's take it a little bit more in the middle of the platform. Now you can see the orientation of the crowns and bridge is not really perfect because we don't need any supports inside and also not here in this area. That means we need to turn it around 90 degrees, 180 degrees around. Okay, so this is the orientation we need to create some supports. This is the next step. Let us create some supports together. That's what I said before. For the crowns and bridges, I use 40 degrees. And the rest of the settings you can see here. Say, okay, apply. And in the background, you can see here the supports will be created absolutely 100% automatically. And these supports, it is absolutely enough and it works fine to print later the crowns and bridges. So crowns and bridges, why do I talk about crowns and bridges? In the next future, we are ready, or the material is ready, we are just in registration. In the next future, you can buy from us a permanent crown and bridge material. Permanent material means it is for permanent solutions. And it looks like this one. You can see here it is printed, washed, and cured. This is a sample on the model. I hope you can see it. Screen here is a little bit smaller. And after finish, whoops. After finish, it looks like this one. This is a sample only to show, and there's an analog, a printed analog inside here to see the color and also the gingiva mask you can see here. It is also the same process for printing for gingiva mask. And there's another application for the permanent crowns and bridges, the denture teeth. And the denture teeth you can print completely, all the denture and the teeth in one step, in two steps, first denture and then teeth for sure. And after that, you can finalize it in the finish process later. In the meantime, any more questions about materials or what is needed? Is this material available in India? This is a good question. I need to ask the export sales team. I'm not sure, but I think yes, absolutely yes. And if yes, if you need any more information about where you can buy it and so on, please write us an email and we will give you, all the support team will give you all the answers about that. Any more technical questions about the process or? Okay, yes. It is not only possible to print with the ASIGA machines for sure. We have technology partners. The Rapid Shape system works fine. ASIGA works fine. Microlay, MeCraft, Way to Production. These are all systems. The systems are validated. You can find it on our website. please search for a 3D brochure. And on the last pages of the brochure, you can find all the validated printers for the materials and also the curing devices. It is not only possible with the auto flash machine, it is also possible for a rapid shape, RS cure system, and some others. You can find the actual status in the 3D brochure. Any more questions? If not, I hope I did a good job. To the end, please let us know what is interesting for you for the next webinar. So in the beginning of the next next year, we will plan the next webinar, and for us it's interesting what is needed for you. Please send us some notes about this webinar. It is a really short webinar. You see the process is absolutely easy. And of course, if you have any questions later, please let us know. Our support team will give you all the answers about any questions. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for your time. I hope it was good for you. You got some more information about the printing of the models and also the outlook for crown material. And I'm sure talk to you soon.